Hello there again, gamers. I'm back in action. For those of you guys that do not know me, Ron Plays Games is the name. I'm from the land of the long white cloud, known as New Zealand, and I will be bringing you this week's recap of the Fresh Start Worlds. Let's dive right in. Fresh Start Worlds have officially kicked off. It's the perfect opportunity for you to jump into the game if you've ever been on the fence. Here's 4 easy steps to get into Fresh Start Worlds. Firstly, you want to create an account. Then you'll want to log in with your details. Next, run a hot lap through Tutorial Island, which should take you about 10 minutes. Really all depends on how good your footwork is. Lastly, you'll be prompted with a choice at the end of Tutorial Island. From there you can select Fresh Start Worlds. Fresh Start Worlds are a brand new world with a new economy and fresh high scores. These worlds are available in both free to play and for members. On Fresh Start Worlds, you're much more likely to find friends who are playing the game at the same time as you. So the early games will be much more populated with people than your standard run-of-the-mill world. You can also earn achievement points for participating in various activities like quests, bossing, achievement diaries, and completing those dopamine-fueling clue scrolls. After 6 months, your progress in Fresh Start Worlds will automatically transfer over to the main game. Your items, quest points, and skill levels will be transferred over on the 9th of April 2023. Did you rope in a noob friend who's interested in Fresh Start Worlds or the main game? There is now a bond to voucher system which will let you give membership from the main game over to your mate with a voucher code. To generate a code, open up the bond redemption menu in the main game where you'll see a new option, redeem a voucher code. Once generated, the voucher code will be sent to the player inbox it was purchased on. You can then claim the voucher for yourself or pass it along to someone else. Please note that you cannot redeem membership from the voucher in game. To redeem membership, you must log on to the Old School RuneScape website with the account you want membership applied to, then you'll be able to enter your code via the redeem code option. If you have any questions about Fresh Start Worlds specifically, the team created a dedicated support article which should be your first port of call. Here are a few resources to guide you in the right direction if you're looking for information as a new player. Stuck on a quest, not sure what an item is used for, the Old School RuneScape wiki has the information you'll need. If you're someone who prefers to ask a question in real time, we've got you covered. Head over to the official Old School RuneScape Discord and ask away in the hashtag questions channel. The official Old School RuneScape Discord now has a Fresh Start role if you're looking for other people jamming the Fresh Start Worlds too. Why not listen to some guides on YouTube while grinding away? Jagex have created a community YouTube playlist of their favourite new player content, including guides and more by their favourite creators. You can play as an entirely free-to-play account, or you can upgrade to become a member. In the worlds list, hover over a world to see what type of world it is and whether there are any restrictions on it. The colour of the world would denote whether it is free-to-play, silver, or members only, gold. Fresh Start Worlds will also be clearly labelled as such. Old School RuneScape can fit compactly on your screen, but you may prefer to have it larger. To make the game bigger, click on the spanner in the bottom right hand side of your screen. The nearest bank when you get into the game is just behind you, up the stairs of the Lumbridge Castle. It's the big castle looking object. Enabling two-factor authentication on your account is highly recommended to keeping your account secure. This can be done through the account settings from the homepage. Lastly, there are many Discord communities that exist outside of the official Old School RuneScape Discord where you can find guides, gear setups, and heaps more. These are not exclusive to Fresh Start Worlds, but you might find them helpful if you have specific questions about the game. Perhaps you've got some helpful tips or communities that you'd like to share. Share your newbie advice or links to newbie communities using the hashtag FSWTips on Twitter, and you'll be in a chance of winning 30 days membership. There are a number of bugs and issues currently affecting mobile users. Here is what is being fixed today. The team have resolved an issue with text displayed on the helper menu. The team have also deployed an update for Android client users experiencing black screen issues. There are still some additional mobile issues affecting players. Here are the top 3 that they're aware of. The mobile's bank PIN number has been pulling some absolute David Copperfields and disappearing. The chat box is experiencing glitches when having to enter a number or word. Lastly, FPS and client crashing issues, typically when a player is in an instance. The team is stoked to see you guys having a crack at the quest speedrunning. For those of you with the platinum trophies, accept their sincerest congratulations. In saying that, we've got a handful of tweaks this week for you spacebar bashers. Last week, the team noticed that the doors in the basement for Ernest the Chicken were able to be opened and closed by players, causing stalls for others doing the quest. These doors are using specific code which is different from standard doors in game. They've hotfixed most of the doors that are causing the major bottlenecks. If you are aware of any other doors that are causing stalls on speedruns, please let the team know. The trophy times for Demon Slayer and Bronze to Gold have been changed. Platinum will remain the same time because the team feels that on the higher end, players should be using optimal strategies. Elise now provides additional information about the number of available quests on speedrunning worlds, as well as the amount of trophies of the specific tier you currently have. The team have added an option to restart a speedrun. Pressing the abandon button on a speedrun now gives you the option to abandon and reset, which will set the speedrun up again for you. Most trapdoors and manholes will now no longer close automatically on speedrunning worlds. Iron Man downgrade messages are also no longer given on speedrunning worlds. It is no longer possible to smuggle additional mirrors between phases in the headroom, you cheeky buggers. Lastly, players can no longer receive the Leech title if they have the highest damage in terms of a mascot or the raid MVP. The Clan Hall's combat ring now stores your current special attack when entering and restores your special attack when exiting. The Mask of Rebirth can now be stored in a magic wardrobe in the player-owned house. A snake on Apatol now spawns further away from the southern teak trees. Players on Deadman World 45 can now gain Slayer experience from Borkarth. The geysers in the Chambers of Xerix now have a left-click option for filling the gourd vials more conveniently. Farmer Gricola's name is now displayed correctly in his dialogue boxes. There is now visible and audible queue signaling when you stop cutting blisterwood trees. You can now buy rune pouch notes from the Slayer shop for a mere 750 points. They stack in the bank as well. Alrighty, all you menacing PKs listen up, the PvP rota has moved to period A this week. The US have the honours for the PvP world on 539. Germany takes home the high-risk PvP world on 548. The US claim the free-to-play PvP world over on 577. And one for the UK folk. You lot get the competitive LMS world on 559. The PvP arena is also using the max med loadout in the ranked duels and tournaments. Also, while I've got you guys here, I thought you should know if you ever see a player by the name of Skidler in the wilderness, make sure you take him out. He's got a 1 bill GP bounty on his head from EVscape. And that there, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. It's been my pleasure once again to inform you avid point and click fans of this week's update. Game on, baby, game on. I'll see you in there.